Well, Coffee Time friends, it's me right back again. Didn't take us long today to come back. I mentioned the other night about a muskmelon, we call it, but the pronunciation is really musk, M-U-S-K melon. This is one of them. And we got this at the farmer's market this weekend. And there is a difference in cantaloupe and muskmelon, but all cantaloupes are in the muskmelon family. There's an American version and there's a European version of cantaloupe. The European version is a little bit greener, a little bit sweeter. And these are what we've always called muskmelon, or pronunciation should be muskmelon. But you can see it's a lot larger than your usual cantaloupe. And the webbing is a little different on it. And it's not as green. And the color's a little different. They can even be smooth. This one does have some webbing on it. Bring y'all down here to see that. See, it's got that webbing. But they're sweet. And this is a good one. I can already tell you because we had one from the same farm last week. It's easier to cut. It's tender. See, it's just sliding right through there. This is a good sharp knife. But it's known for a good meaty inside, and it's a little larger than your standard cantaloupe. Now you do have seeds in there. You'll have that little webbing of seeds in there, but those are not hard to deal with at all. In fact, you just take a spoon. Mama's handing me one right now. And all you have to do, I'm going to tilt you down here where you can see. Now see how wide these are? How much meat, they call this the meat, the melon in there, how much melon. Now look, this one even goes right up to the very edge. There's not even a green border of any kind on this side. You got pure melon. And I just take a spoon. This is just a regular regular serving spoon. And I'm just going to dip all this right out. You can save the seeds if you dry them out. But all you have to do is just dip it right out. And the meat on this is so velvety and so soft that it just you could literally cut this whole thing up with a spoon. You wouldn't even have to have a knife. But I'm just gonna get all the little seeds out, clean it up good. And what we do is we just store these in the refrigerator for the week. You can do it however you want to. Sometimes we put it in there in whole pieces, and sometimes we chunk it up in little cubes, depending on. But most of the time, we just cut it in moon shape sizes. Now that one's cleaned out. Let's get this other one. It's very easy, very simple, but there is a little difference between it and a regular standard American or European cantaloupe. Some of y'all the other night when I mentioned it said they had never heard of a muskmelon. Probably you've always just called all of it cantaloupe. But actually, the cantaloupes are in the muskmelon family. Most of the time, this is just referred to as cantaloupe. They got a lot of water in them. But that's as hard as it is right there. And these are not hard to peel at all. The peeling just simply comes right off, and I usually do it just like this. You want to have a good sharp knife, which this is a good sharp knife. And I just start over here on the bottom in the lower part here, and I just start with about an inch and a half slice.
They always should wash cantaloupes and
yes, definitely.
Watermelons and everything.
Definitely. Don't let that escape you. This has been thoroughly washed. Anytime you're going to be exposing what you're eating to the outside, you want to wash it. People will wash apples, they'll wash pears, but they will not wash oranges, or they will not wash cantaloupe or watermelon. I've seen people bring watermelons in, set them on the floor, and pick them up, stick a knife in them, and cut them and eat them. Folks, that watermelon, you're cutting right through that skin. Just like this cantaloupe. It's exposed to what you're going to be eating. This muskmelon is the proper name. You want to make sure that you are cleaning the outside so it stays good and clean. Now that is the way we leave it usually. And when you say give me a piece of muskmelon or mushmelon, that's what you're looking for right there, is a good sized piece. I'm just going to lay him right in there and keep on keeping on. Do you all have muskmelon or mushmelon or cantaloupe? Is this what you do? A lot of people cube them. There is a neat way to cube them right inside of here. If I were going to cube, I could show y'all how to do that without ever taking it out of the hull. You just slice down to the side twice, and then you just crisscross in the top, and you got your perfect little chunks. Now I try to get right up next to the green so that I'm not wasting any of the wonderful fruit that is there. You don't want to get in the green though, it can hurt your stomach. But it's so good. They're so big they're hard to even handle to cut the rind off. It's almost like cleaning fish.
Cut it a little thicker and you can...
You want it thicker?
Well, you can cut the rind off
Oh,
since
okay.
it's so big.
Mama says cut it thick.
Cut it a little thicker and it'll be easier to handle to cut the rind off.
It's almost like a fish. You're right, Mama. If it's a little thicker, it's a little firmer to hold.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've been cutting mine too thin.
Well, if it's smaller, you can handle it, but at that big,
That's like a big old fish. And it will flop out of your hands like a fish. It can be messy, but this is just laying here on the cutting board. And I'm just cutting it out piece by piece. And I'm going to clean it piece by piece. That's the best way to peel it too. It's just piece by piece. Just like this. Mama, do you prefer long pieces or do you prefer the cubes?
I keep it to keep it. I like it that way because when you cut it in the cubes, if you ain't gonna eat it up real fast, it makes more watery and air exposed to more of the...
More surface area?
Yeah, so I like that.
So you heard Mama. She keeps it this way because if you do it in the cubes, if you're going to eat it right now, then you've got, it's good. But if you're going to eat it later, it's going to bleed. It's going to weep more. Because everywhere you make a cut, it's going to allow juice to flow out. So the bigger the pieces like this, the more juice you will maintain inside of your muskmelon. If you see these out at a farmer's market or somewhere, you can usually count on these being delicious and juicy and wonderful. Usually, the muskmelon won't let you down. Cantaloupe sometimes can be a little harder, not as sweet. The European version is sweeter than the American version, so you've already got that out there if you don't know the difference. So, study up on them. Be prepared when you go to the farmer's market for your cantaloupe quiz. Be prepared for that cantaloupe quiz. I left a little green on that one. I'll get fired. Y'all stick around. You're going to watch me get fired. Mama will say, I'll do that this quiz. You can cut it when you get it down to this size. You can just tilt it over and cut you a good chunk like this. You don't have to be in the ribbon or in the side of the moon shape. You can just cut you a chunk like that and do the same here.
I believe this one's a little bigger than
Other one?
the other one.
Have you tasted this one, Mama?
No, you just now started cutting.
But I mean, I didn't know if you tasted one of the pieces over there.
No,
There's a lonely little seed left.
you can cut
Now I'm going to cut this up in some squares just to show you. This is not what I was talking about a while ago. If you want to cut this up in squares, you can cut it right along in here. Drop down and cut it right along in there, but not cut it to the ends. And you'll have those cuts across in the middle. And then you just dice it up inside and you can just dump it out in a bowl. But like on this big a piece, If you want to cut this up in squares, you just cut across. Make sure you go down in there, because remember it's convex, concaved. Come down in there with the tip of your knife like this. All the way across. All the way up here. And then start here on your side. Remember the shape of it in the bottom. Make sure you're taking your knife down there. Come right across this way. Same thing. Same thing. Come over here on the side, do the same thing. You can tilt inward. And then you can just take the top layer like this. Just straight across. And see, here's some beautiful chunks ready for a bowl. Ready for serving in a dish. And Mama, you want to try this? See if it's as good as the other one you had?
Yeah, you can give me a little shot.
Well, come on over here. Show the people. We just got finished up. Mama's finishing up cleaning on them sandwiches. Them sandwiches created a lot of work, didn't they, Mama?
This is good, but I don't know if it's as sweet as that other.
Uh-oh. The judgment is in. Every one of them won't be the same, folks. So what are you going to say, Mama?
But again, this is room temperature, and that other was good to go. So.
And this one's right after you eat some wonderful pineapple, too.
Oh, that is right.
Let me taste of it. I had a piece of the other. It's delicious, but it's maybe not as sweet as that first one.
But I say it looks riper.
And the other one was colder. And once you cut it, all them sugars will start releasing. When you first cut it, sometimes it doesn't taste as sweet. And salt makes them taste sweeter too.
Yeah.
You don't want to put a ton of salt on them, but just a little dash of salt. Just like pie or anything else, it does tend to make it a little sweeter. Just a dab. So there is some cut up for a bowl. You're going to put these in a bowl, Mama, and you can have that for lunch. I got your lunch ready for tomorrow.
Oh, wow. You're so sweet.
That'll take care of it.
How much have you got?
I got you a whole bowl's worth. You can have it ready to go like this. You can put it in Fridge Smart or
This
something.
little yellow one do for...
Yeah, it'll work.
We'll put it in it. I thought there's some Fridge Smart over. I must have them all full.
They're probably in the refrigerator because we've got a bountiful little bit of groceries in there with vegetables. You know, it's just something about summer. It draws you to the veggies. But folks, that's a little history on muskmelon. So many of y'all said, never heard of that. Where did you get that? That's what it is. They're all in the muskmelon family. But cantaloupes, there is several different, there is a couple of varieties. And there is different sweetnesses in those kind of things. So
We was raised to call them mushmelon.
around here they're called mush. Instead of K, it's H. Muskmelons. But I'm sure that's just a Appalachia twist on musk, because they are musk melons. And if you blamed yourself all these years for not being able to pick a good sweet cantaloupe, maybe it was the type of cantaloupe you were picking, because there are two different varieties plus the basic musk melon. So you give them all a try, and then you can tell me which one you like the best.
It also depends on the amount of sun and rain and stuff.
There's a lot of variances go into them. So I'm going to finish this up, and we're going to have muskmelon for the week to eat as you want. Just reach in there and grab you one out of the refrigerator. That way when you're thinking, boy, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I think I'd like to have a Snickers, you can say, no, I got a fresh muskmelon already diced up and ready to go.
Ready to go.
So you won't have to stop at the Snicker bar. You can go straight to the delicious cantaloupe muskmelon. All right, folks. I just want to jump back on here and explain the difference to you, and to let y'all know there is a difference. So some of y'all, I don't think y'all believe me. I think you thought I just said it wrong. Anyhow, that is Muskmelon 101. Y'all have a great day and find you something good to eat. Enjoy. Thanks for coming back with me right quick. Didn't even know I was coming back that quick till Mama said, why don't you cut that muskmelon up and we'll have it for the week. And I said, I should go on and show them because they didn't really think we had muskmelon. So I thought, why not? It's Sunday. What else we gonna do?
I want it cold to eat on, so I wanted to cut it.
Here's your hobo. Look here, Mom. There's lunch.
Yeah, that'll eat. I might eat that in a little bit.
I'll put that in the refrigerator and you'll have it cold in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this skin is so thin on this side, I have to peel it like a potato. The meat
We'll
is
cut down a little deeper here.
the meat is right at the edge of the cut. There's some green now. Look, see, you get a little green. You don't want to eat the green.
Don't eat that green, that's for certain.
But it'll just slide right off there because
I'll just cut it a little deeper and it'll be easier to cut and get it off.
You heard her. Mama ain't bossy. She just wants to tell you what to do.
No, I wouldn't be bossy to save my life.
There, it's gone, folks. Green is gone. It is a little greener once you got down there. It was just one little spot there that it was so close.
It was laying right there.
It was. I think that makes a big difference, the way they lay. And if the farmer leaves them in the garden long enough to ripen and doesn't pick them too soon, they have to ripen on the vine. That's the reason you have vine-ripe tomatoes, vine-ripe watermelon. We haven't gotten a good watermelon this year. We've had a few, but none of them that was just terribly. We did have one at church the other night. Do you remember where they said that one come from?
It come from a farmer over around Clinton. He had it on his truck on the side of the road.
There is one called a sweet bear or something in there. Honey bear?
Honey bear watermelon,
Something.
I believe. It's supposed to be real sweet.
There's one that's real sweet. One that's extra sweet, but I've not had a good sweet one except the one we had at church the other night. Someone brought it for a dessert, and boy was it good. You know, we're always in the summer in the South, you're always looking for that perfect sweet watermelon. And sometimes it's hard to find. And when you find it, you'll hear people say, boy, I got a good sweet watermelon down at the store. They had them down there. Go get you one. And there's all kinds of ways to tell if it's vining, if there's a yellow spot on it, if it's laid on the ground. You'll find all kinds of advice on how to pick one. But I've used all their advice. Every bit of it. And I've had sweet ones and I've had not so sweet ones. Using all that wonderful information that they give me. So sometimes it really is just in the watermelon.
It's just up to Mother Nature.
Mother Nature. Amen, Mama.
Mother Nature.
Mother Nature's calling the shots. We're just enjoying her harvest as she gives it to us. Now, y'all may have a better way of doing this. I don't know, but this is the way we've done it for my whole life. We ain't lost a melon yet. Sometimes if you get them too big the first cut, you can go back and slice them again. You don't even have to start on the end. You can just cut right like that.
I
And
always
it makes a
spoiled
good-
you and your daddy I'd have them cut, peeled, and ready. Just reach in there and get to eat.
She says that, but really she didn't want us gomming it up. Ain't that right, Mama?
Yeah, I want it to be,
The way you want it to be?
ready to eat so it's no mess. And it doesn't take up as much room in the refrigerator if you slice it, fix it, cut it, put it in containers as it does a big watermelon or the
Now this last big chunk I'm going to show you one more time. See how big? That's too big for one piece. But I'm going to go ahead and cut it all. Just show you.
On this side, you'll have to trim it up.
Just show you another way. That's the reason Mama wouldn't let us cut it. We didn't cut it to suit her. I didn't get that right, did I, Mama?
No, you had green in there. We don't want to eat green.
You can just cut it like this, though. The one big piece. Mama says no green. Yes, ma'am.
You never ate green in your life.
No, I don't want to start eating green muskmelon or mushmelon or cantaloupe, either one. But I just wanted to show you this. See, that's it. Then once you get it to this size, then you can lay it on your... You may have kids that don't want that big a slice, but yet you don't want to cube it. So then after you get it to here, you can just lay it down and kind of carve it like a turkey. And you can make these little neat slices at an angle, just like this, and you still have beautiful pieces, but they're not those huge pieces. So there's more ways than one to do it. You can just slice it like that, and you'll have some great slices in different sizes, but yet they'll be very easily controlled and very easy for your children just to hold the piece. So you can make those big pieces, smaller pieces. And look, it looks like I've got a lot more, don't it? That would have probably just made 2 pieces or 3, but I've got all those little ones. So, and you can always cut them sideways to cut them in half, to put them in your bucket or your container, your Tupperware, whatever you got. And that's all it is, folks. And that's one mushmelon down, muskmelon. I'll always call it a mushmelon because that's what we grew up with. And that's just the way it is. I've heard, it's not just us, not just our family. Most people around here I know call it mushmelon or cantaloupe. And some people don't know the difference, and some people call them all cantaloupe. But there is a difference, and there is a different sweetness. So don't blame yourself if you get a hold of a bad one. It's probably just where it came from. So that's it. Muskmelon 101. It is, Mama. And here's Mama's lunch tomorrow, or maybe snack later. It's good with cottage cheese too. A little bit of salt, though, is my favorite. Just salt it and ready to go. Now, if you want to, you could dice it all up, put it in little bowls like this, and have it in there for lunches, kids, whatever. Bring it out. That way they don't have to get the whole big one out every time. But that's it, folks. Let's see if that last piece had any better sweetness than the first. I believe that is a little sweeter. Mama, you got anything you want to add about muskmelon or cantaloupe?
No.
Well, come over and tell them bye again. We won't be back today for a while, folks. We'll leave y'all alone. But Mama said cut it, and I thought, well, I'm going to share it with the friends.
Yeah, we want it cut so it'll get cold. And
Mama, you look like a muskmelon.
A muskmelon.
You got your webbing out here. Look.
Yeah, in my outside.
See, look.
Oh, now you're comparing me to a muskmelon.
And there's the inside. Matches.
Yeah. I didn't know I was dressing to match the thing.
You didn't know you was dressing like a muskmelon today?
No, I sure didn't.
Can you see that webbing in there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're pretty, Mama. Mama, say goodbye. I'm going to have coffee and muskmelon.
Bye-bye. God bless you all.
Bye,
Thanks
y'all.
for putting up with us.
Have a great day. Bye.